Hi, welcome to the Coffee Laboratory. I am Manson, a Specialty Coffee Association Authorized trainer. There's nothing quite like the experience of savoring a freshly brewed cup of coffee in the morning. It can truly set the tone for the day ahead. However, if your coffee beans aren't stored properly, that rich, delightful flavor can fade away much quicker than you might expect. Today, we're going to explore the best practices for storing coffee beans, ensuring they stay fresh for as long as possible. First and foremost, it's important to recognize the enemies of freshness: air, moisture, heat, and light. Each of these elements can significantly impact the quality of your coffee. To combat these factors, you should start with a good container. An airtight container is essential, as it prevents air from entering and oxidizing the beans, which can lead to stale flavors. Glass, ceramic, or specialized coffee storage containers work well, but make sure they're opaque to shield the beans from light, which can also degrade flavor over time. Temperature is another crucial consideration. It's best to store your coffee beans in a cool, dark place, away from heat sources like the stove or direct sunlight. Avoid keeping them in the fridge or freezer, as this can introduce moisture and cause the beans to lose their flavor. Instead, buy whole beans in quantities that you can consume within a few weeks. Grinding your beans just before brewing will also make a notable difference in flavor, as ground coffee loses its freshness much faster than whole beans. By following these simple yet effective storage tips, you'll ensure that every cup of coffee you brew is as fresh and flavorful as it can be, allowing you to enjoy that perfect morning ritual to its fullest. Coffee beans are truly remarkable, packed with oils and aromatic compounds that contribute to their incredible flavor profile. However, once roasted, these beans begin to lose their freshness due to four main factors that every coffee lover should be aware of. First, exposure to oxygen is a significant culprit. When coffee is exposed to air, it undergoes oxidation, which breaks down those essential flavor compounds, leading to a dull and lifeless taste. This is why you may notice that coffee tastes different after being stored for a while. Similarly, moisture is another enemy of freshness, as it can lead to mold growth and result in a loss of the delightful aroma that we all cherish in our coffee. If coffee beans absorb moisture, they not only lose their flavor but can also become unsafe to consume. Heat plays its own role in this degradation process, as it accelerates the chemical reactions that can negatively impact the coffee's quality. High temperatures can cause the oils within the beans to break down more quickly, leading to rancidity and a flat flavor profile. Lastly, light, especially ultraviolet rays, can break down the oils and aromas that contribute to the rich flavors we enjoy. This is why coffee should be stored in opaque containers. Exposure to light can significantly shorten its shelf life. The moment you open a bag of coffee, the clock starts ticking, freshness begins to fade, and the once vibrant flavors can quickly diminish. But don't worry, there are effective strategies to slow this process down dramatically. For instance, storing your coffee beans in an airtight container can significantly reduce their exposure to oxygen. Look for containers made from materials that block light, such as ceramic or opaque glass, to further protect your coffee. Additionally, keeping your coffee in a cool, dark place away from heat sources is crucial. Avoid storing it near the stove or in direct sunlight. Moreover, consider buying coffee in smaller quantities that you can consume within a few weeks. This way, you'll always have fresh coffee on hand without the risk of it sitting around for too long. Grinding your beans just before brewing also makes a noticeable difference, as ground coffee loses its freshness much faster than whole beans. By understanding these factors and taking proactive steps, you can preserve the integrity of your coffee, ensuring that each cup you brew is as fresh and flavorful as possible. Embracing these practices will enhance your coffee experience, allowing you to fully appreciate the intricate flavors that your beans have to offer, making every sip a true delight. You might think you're doing the right thing when it comes to storing your coffee, but some common storage methods can actually ruin the quality of your beans. For instance, using clear glass or plastic containers that sit out on the counter might seem convenient, but this approach exposes your beans to light, which can cause them to go stale much faster. The ultraviolet rays penetrate the container, breaking down the essential oils that contribute to flavor, while fluctuating temperatures from sunlight can accelerate oxidation, leading to a dull and lifeless cup of coffee. Another widely debated method is freezing coffee, which can be effective if done correctly but can also be detrimental if not. If you frequently take beans in and out of the freezer, you risk introducing moisture and condensation, which can ruin the flavor and freshness of your coffee. The constant temperature changes can create an environment where the beans absorb unwanted moisture, leading to a loss of aroma and taste. If you choose to freeze your coffee, it's crucial to do so in an airtight container to prevent any moisture from getting in. Leaving your coffee in the original bag, especially if it's not resealable, is another mistake that many people make. Most coffee bags aren't designed to be airtight, and simply folding the top over doesn't adequately protect the beans from air exposure. Each time you open the bag, you allow oxygen in, which leads to oxidation and a decline in flavor. This is why investing in an airtight solution is essential. So if those methods don't work, what does? The key to preserving your coffee's freshness lies in proper storage techniques. Consider using a dedicated coffee canister with a one-way valve, which allows gases to escape without letting air in. This method provides an excellent barrier against oxidation while maintaining the bean's freshness. Additionally, store your coffee in a cool, dark place, away from heat and direct sunlight to keep those essential oils intact. By understanding what not to do and implementing the right storage practices, you can ensure that every cup of coffee you brew is bursting with flavor and aroma. This not only enhances your daily coffee experience, but also allows you to appreciate the intricate complexities of the beans you love. With a little mindfulness about how you store your coffee, you can savor the full richness of each brew, making every sip a delight rather than a disappointment. Alright, let's get into the best ways to keep your coffee fresh for weeks, or even months. One of the most effective methods is to use airtight containers with one-way valves, which are considered the gold standard for coffee storage. These specialized containers allow carbon dioxide, which fresh beans release, to escape without letting oxygen in. This is crucial because oxygen exposure is one of the leading causes of coffee degradation. Moreover, it's a good idea to look for opaque or tinted containers to block out light, as light can also break down the oils and aromatic compounds that contribute to the coffee's flavor. Another excellent option is vacuum-sealed containers. These containers remove all oxygen, creating an environment that is ideal for long-term storage. However, it's important to be cautious here. Not all vacuum sealers are created equal, and some cheaper models may not effectively remove air. If you choose to go this route, investing in a high-quality vacuum sealer will pay off in the long run, ensuring that your coffee retains its freshness. If you prefer to use the original bag your coffee came in, make sure it has a resealable valve. Some high-quality coffee bags are designed with built-in degassing valves and ziplocks. If yours has this feature, simply squeeze out any excess air before sealing it up. This method can effectively keep your coffee fresh for a longer period, as long as you minimize exposure to air. For those who want to freeze coffee, it's essential to do it the right way to avoid ruining your beans. Start by dividing your coffee into small airtight portions, so you're not constantly thawing and refreezing the same batch. Use vacuum-sealed bags or mason jars to protect the coffee from moisture and air. When it's time to use the frozen coffee, thaw it at room temperature before opening the container. This step is crucial because it helps prevent condensation from forming on the beans, which can adversely affect their flavor and freshness. By following these methods, you can significantly extend the freshness of your coffee for months, allowing you to enjoy that rich, vibrant flavor that makes each cup so special. With a little attention to how you store your coffee, you can savor every sip, knowing that you're getting the best possible taste from your beans. Embracing these practices ensures that your coffee experience remains consistently delightful, transforming your daily ritual into a true celebration of flavor. Now that you know the best storage methods for your coffee, let's dive into a few extra pro tips that can make a significant difference in preserving that delightful freshness. First and foremost, always opt for whole bean coffee instead of pre-ground varieties. The reason for this is simple. Ground coffee loses its freshness much faster because more surface area is exposed to air. The moment coffee is ground, it begins to oxidize, leading to a rapid decline in flavor and aroma. To truly enjoy the full richness of your coffee, make it a practice to grind your beans right before brewing. This small step can elevate your coffee experience dramatically. Next, consider buying your coffee in small batches rather than stocking up for months at a time. Coffee freshness peaks within days of roasting, so purchasing what you'll use in 1 to 2 weeks ensures that you're always enjoying the best flavors. This approach not only helps you enjoy fresher coffee, but also allows you to experiment with different roasts and blends more frequently, keeping your coffee routine exciting. When it comes to storage, it's crucial to keep your coffee in a cool, dark place. A pantry or cupboard is ideal, as you want to avoid areas near the stove, oven, or in direct sunlight. Heat can speed up the degradation of flavor, while light can break down those precious oils that contribute to the aroma. Protecting your coffee from these elements will help maintain its quality for a longer period. Another common mistake is storing coffee in the fridge. While it may seem like a good idea to keep it cool, the refrigerator is actually humid, and coffee can easily absorb odors from other foods. Unless you're eager to experience garlic-infused coffee, which, trust me, is not a trend you want to try, keeping your beans out of the fridge is essential. Instead, stick to those airtight containers in a dark cabinet to maintain that fresh, robust flavor you love. By following these pro tips, you'll ensure that every cup of coffee you brew is as flavorful and aromatic as possible. With just a little extra care, you can savor the intricate flavors of your coffee, transforming each sip into a delightful experience that starts long before the brewing process. Embracing these practices will not only enhance your daily coffee ritual, but also allow you to appreciate the artistry and craftsmanship that goes into every bag of beans. You might be wondering, how long do coffee beans stay fresh? Unopened bags of coffee can last anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks past their roast date, but once you open that bag, it's best to use the beans within 2 weeks for peak flavor. If stored perfectly, meaning in an airtight container away from light and heat, your coffee might remain fresh a little longer, but 2 weeks is a good benchmark to keep in mind. You may also ask, can I use a mason jar for storage? The answer is yes, but it's essential to ensure that the jar is airtight and stored in a dark place. Wide-mouth jars with tight seals work best, as they help prevent air from entering and maintain the bean's freshness. Lastly, you might be curious about whether you should keep coffee in the bag it came in. If the bag has a resealable valve, it can be suitable for short-term storage. Otherwise, it's best to transfer the beans to an airtight container as soon as possible. By following these guidelines, you can enjoy the rich, vibrant flavors of your coffee for as long as possible. And there you have it, the ultimate guide to storing coffee beans the right way. No more stale, flavorless coffee. Just rich, aromatic brews every single time. To support our channel, please follow our Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Enjoy the coffee moments. See you! If you're interested in coffee, consider joining the Coffee Skills program, which offers essential knowledge and practical skills for the industry. Beginners should start with the Introduction to Coffee course, designed to provide a foundational understanding of the coffee journey from bean to cup. This course is a great first step for those looking to pursue a career in coffee or enhance their appreciation of the beverage. Whether you aspire to be a barista, open a cafe, or simply enjoy coffee more deeply,